Previously on Trails of Survival. Because Whiskey used the antibiotic perk, the Outcast Stage was replaced with the Harmony Stage, and all three players immediately went their separate ways, spending most of their time searching for perks and supply chests. Each of them diligently searched for perks and supplies, and they managed to find a considerable number of chests. As expected, Whiskey managed to find the most number of chests between the three players. Later in the evening, when all three players were in close proximity, Glass Sandwich successfully locked Lotus's motorcycle just before Lotus got on, effectively claiming ownership of it.
Lotus.
Yeah.
Can you try and take my bike?
Sure.
Okay.
Once Glass tricked Lotus into getting off the motorcycle, Lotus found himself unable to reclaim his bike.
How did he change that from that distance?
Sleight of hand. I already locked it before I said anything.
Seizing the opportunity, Glass swiftly pilfered it and rode away right in front of Lotus. At the challenge, both Whiskey and Glass played some perks.
I'm just gonna use the Iron Knuckles.
Oh, not the knuckles.
I would like to play a number of perks. I'm playing the Candy Cane to add 5 levels to my character, the Mirror to double its effect to 10 levels, and the Mattress to take back the Candy Cane.
And since Glass Sandwich gained an additional 10 levels by combining the Candy Cane and Mirror perks, he was able to upgrade his character, granting him the ability to jump higher and farther than the other two. But in the end, it was Whiskey who collected 10 torches first and emerged as the challenge winner, choosing Glass to remain in the Alliance and sending Lotus off to be the 4th outcast of the game.
It's working! Lotus!
Oh.
I'm sorry, Lotus. I'm gonna have to choose Glass. How can I resist that?
Oh, there we go.
With only 6 deaths remaining until the combined Alliance deaths hit 50, they're going to have to make the most out of the remaining time in the Alliance phase. We'll find out how these players manage the next 2 game stages along with the next challenge right now, only on Trails of Survival.
I'm coming.
Alright. Ready?
That's yours.
Of course, it's mine.
I put food in there for you.
Thank you. You mean it's my car?
Yes,
How
I'm
is that
giving it
mine?
back.
Giving it
back.
Are we riding together?
Yeah, we can do that. You can drive.
I've learned my lesson. I think.
It
Maybe.
was a lesson the whole time. I have a little bit of gas if you ever need some.
Very long lesson.
There's a perk that I never found.
Do you know if you got everything from this town?
This one right here was already broken when I found it, so I have no idea.
Okay. What was it that you called the waypoint that you just shared with me? I think I lost it.
Starts with an X.
How about for this town? I don't think I did much here.
This one, I don't have anything marked. Is that broken over there?
Looks broken.
If anything was broken, I just didn't bother looking.
Loot is not at 0, right?
No. Things are still scarce, though. It's still hard to find anything.
Actually, do you want to try the other one that you showed?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go there.
You want to take the wheel?
And this thing eats up the gas. We might have to switch to bikes.
Yeah, I did bring my bike, so we should be good.
Yeah, I got mine too. Oh, I got Lotus's.
Yeah, I haven't been here.
Okay, so that's what it said.
Oh, I see.
So I assume we would have to go this way. Yeah, I spent about an hour looking for this one. What do you think we should look, Whiskey?
Let's go north. Have you checked here?
I don't think I did. Not there.
Maybe it's closer. I feel like it's closer.
This one is really stumping me.
I don't think it's here, but I thought it might be just because of the intersection.
Yeah. This one stumps me. I really don't know. I don't know. Let's get going. I think we've spent too much time on it.
Alright. Are you gonna take that?
Yeah.
I assume it's just one passenger?
Well, the Jeep is a gas guzzler, and that's the only two-seater. Do you have a motorcycle?
No, I don't. It's okay. You can go. Whoa, you're coming back. What?
no. Careful, Whiskey, there's a predator lurking around. These streets aren't safe.
Interesting.
That's funny. Those bags are still there.
Really? Nice. Well, that's good for you.
Are you checking my mailbox?
Oh, the box I put out here?
Yeah. That's my mailbox.
Your mailbox. I was gonna put anything you needed.
The experience you get for stuff is so low. Somebody needs to crank it up. What's the plan? What are you guys doing?
I'm kind of truly enjoying the green stuff in the game right now.
The green stuff? Oh, the forest biome?
Yeah.
I'm in a pickle.
Is it vinegary inside there? Are you in a dill pickle or a regular pickle?
Chilling like a dill. Think I need to get out of here. I've already used all my ammo. Great.
Hello everybody, it is me, your host Beaver. Challenge 6 is coming right up, but first, here are the latest scores. With both the server's XP multiplier and loot abundance settings dropping to 0 due to the combined alliance deaths, we can witness the heightened difficulty faced by the players. Finding items and improving their characters has become exceedingly challenging, making the supply chest that much more valuable at this point. Whatever items these players possess, they must exercise extreme caution not to lose them. The game's already become incredibly hard, and it's only going to get harder once it enters survival phase. In the Outcast Stage, Glass and Whiskey spent the majority of the day searching for just one supply chest, while the Outcast Lotus also dedicated most of the day to finding perks and supplies. It was quite amusing to witness both Glass and Whiskey repeatedly overlook an unmistakable yellow X on the ground. I'm not entirely certain what they presumed X marks the spot meant, as the clue was quite literal. Perhaps they expected additional complexities. Consequently, neither of them made significant progress for the majority of the Outcast stage. On the other hand, Lotus did manage to stir things up later by launching an attack on Glass Sandwich at his new base. During the skirmish, Lotus succeeded in killing Glass once, but he also paid the price with his own life. Aware of the possibility that Lotus might return, Glass remained at his base for the remainder of the night. As expected, Lotus did come back, inadvertently causing Glass Sandwich to die when he accidentally stepped on one of his own mines while defending his base. Of course, Lotus kept trying to engage with Glass, yet his efforts proved futile, as he was once again shot by Glass Sandwich, resulting in the loss of all of his items. It is very clear that Lotus will stop at nothing to make life for Glass Sandwich as difficult as possible. And this can only be a good thing for Whiskey, and hopefully she manages to use their rivalry to her advantage. As Harmony Stage officially concludes, the players exit the pyramid and make their way to the next challenge area. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Challenge 6, coming up next. As the players ascend the platform to prepare for this challenge, I'll take this opportunity to quickly explain another significant change in the game. In the Episode 1 introduction, I mentioned that there would be some mid-project modifications, and this is one of them. Going forward, players will always remove all of their clothing and items before the challenge commences, and store them in their chests until the challenge ends. Carrying any personal items from previous game stages is no longer allowed. Instead, if a challenge necessitates specific items or clothing, the admin's going to provide them to ensure that everybody has identical equipment. Initially, the intention was to utilize loot earned during the game stages to benefit in the challenges. But the decision has been made to discard that idea. The new rule requires that all players have the same equipment, with the only distinction between them being their character levels. While the previous challenges weren't influenced by items carried, this change will be implemented for all future challenges. Now with that out of the way, let's begin with Challenge 6. For this challenge, each player gets their own area where they will have a chest with a variety of items to create zombie traps with. They'll be given plenty of time to strategize and build a trap using the items in the chest. However, once they place an item, they can no longer remove it and can only proceed forward by adding new items. In each new round, they will be allowed to add a few more items. Once they finish constructing their trap, they proceed to the red center area and step onto the trigger plate to release the zombies. They'll draw the attention of the zombies by firing their pistols into the air, with only their traps as the sole means of protection. Every new round, one zombie gets added to each side. Should any zombies make it past the traps and onto the red area, the players are strictly limited to using their fists for self-defense, and are prohibited from using any weapons. All zombies must be dead in order to complete the round. The player who completes the most number of rounds out of a total of 5 rounds will win the challenge. Before we begin, this is the time to use a perk if any of the players wish to do so. Let's listen in and take it directly to the players to see what happens.
I'm playing the Toolbox, which adds 25 to the XP multiplier and 25 to the loot abundance. And that's it.
Alright, the perks I'm going to use are the cache, which gives me the location to a red marker. Location is given after the challenge. I will also use the cigar, which grants me access to the creative menu for 20 seconds. Takes effect immediately upon use and triggers a server restart immediately after 20 seconds.
Before proceeding, I'll quickly review the 3 perks that were just played. First, Glass Sandwich used the Toolbox perk. This perk increases the server's loot abundance and XP multiplier settings by 25. While it might not seem like much, even this small increase can make a difference considering the dire situation they're all currently in. When the game initially began on day 1, the server settings were at 300 for both loot abundance and XP multiplier, but they were dropped to 0 due to the combined alliance deaths. Glass's use of this perk, which benefits everyone in this game, gives us an idea of just how difficult it has been for these players. Next up, we saw Whiskey playing the Cache and Cigar perks. By using the Cache perk, the admin will provide her with the coordinates to a random red perk marker that remains undiscovered. This opens up the possibility for her to acquire an additional perk that could be a lot more meaningful than the Cache perk itself, provided she locates the chest containing it. As the Cache perk itself doesn't have any meaningful powers, it does still provide her with a chance to find a worthy perk for a little bit more work. Owls mentioned that the Cache perk will most likely have a new effect in the next season. Now, once she recovers the coordinates, she has the freedom to search for it at any time, before the game transitions into survival phase. However, if she waits too long, there's a risk that another player might find it before she does. Whiskey also played the Cigar perk, granting her access to the creative menu for a duration of 20 seconds. Within this time frame, she is allowed to gather as many items as possible. Once the 20 seconds elapse, though, the server will swiftly restart to ensure the removal of her access to the creative menu by the admin. This is a great time to use this perk, considering the survival phase is only 4 more combined alliance deaths away, and items are exceedingly rare to find right now. This perk takes effect immediately, and the admin is about to grant her access to the creative menu. Before we commence the challenge, Whiskey is now going to gather as many items as possible within 20 seconds. Let's see what Whiskey manages to grab.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, I'm ready.
And she's off. Wow, that is a lot of steel blocks. 1 500 stack of vault doors. 10 seconds left. A stack of metal spikes. And a bunch of repair kits. Time is up.
No!
The server just booted everyone out, and it's gonna restart. Now with the server back up, Whiskey's new items are in her chest, and we can begin the challenge. You can see a bird's eye perspective of all 3 players right here. And they begin by heading directly to their designated chests, where they take a moment to strategize utilizing the items they have been provided. They'll be given plenty of time to construct their traps before the start of round 1. Now, for round 1, they're limited to placing a maximum of 10 items. As each new round ensues, they will be granted the opportunity to add a few more items to their traps. Their initial build can consist of up to 10 items, forming the foundation for subsequent rounds. Now, while setting up their traps, it's crucial to note that they are prohibited from placing any items directly on the red area in the middle. As long as no items make contact with the rest of the red area, then they have the freedom to place items anywhere they want, including on the walls. In each round, an equal number of zombies will attack them from each side. For round 1, they will face 1 zombie on each side, resulting in a total of 2 zombies. Subsequently, each new round will introduce an additional zombie on each side. and by the time they reach round 5, they'll be contending with a total of 10 zombies, 5 from each side. I should also mention that due to serious lag and crashes, Lotus will not be recording his game so he can do the challenge. And right away, we can already see the implementation of 3 distinct strategies. With Glass Sandwich, it looks like he's decided to strew a bunch of spinning blade traps around. It's important to note that once a round commences, the players must remain within the red area until all the zombies have been eliminated. And since they are limited to only using their fists for defense, the strategic placement of items becomes crucial. The traps have to do the majority of the damage, so minimizing the number of zombies that successfully breach their defenses is key. Dealing with multiple zombies simultaneously without weapons is a situation best avoided. Here we go, round 1, starting off with Glass Sandwich. The moment he steps on the trigger plate in the center, the doors will open and the round begins. He will be allowed to fire 1 shot in the air to draw the zombies in towards him. And there we go, the shot has been fired. All he can do now is pray that his traps work. It looks like one is already making it through his traps, but the turret on the wall took care of him. And there goes the second zombie as well. Nicely done, Glass Sandwich. That'll be a check mark for round 1. Next up, we'll be checking in with Whiskey. Whiskey has a very interesting setup here. Looks like most of the traps are situated very close to the red square. Here we go. 1 shot fired into the air, and the round is live. One zombie appears to just be fighting the wall in the corner and not moving towards her. Remember, all zombies must die in order for the round to end. There it is. The shotgun turret took care of it. Nice job, Whiskey. She also gets a check mark for round 1. Up next is Lotus, and he's got a very minimalistic setup here. I see just some basic electric wires and turrets. And the round begins. Oh wow, that was fast. I wasn't expecting that. His traps did quick work here. Faster than both Glass Sandwich and Whiskey by a long shot. Nicely done. He too will get a check mark for round 1. Okay, now they get some time to set up for round 2. They're allowed to add 2 additional items to their trap setups. And with round 2 beginning, starting with Glass Sandwich, there will now be 2 zombies attacking him from each side. Once again, it looks like Glass Sandwich's gun turrets are doing a great job of defending him. He made quick work of round 2. Great job. Round 2 for Whiskey this time. Let's check in and see how this goes. I'm noticing spinning saw blades are only situated mainly on one side, but looks like it worked out great for Whiskey. Those zombies did not stand a chance. Very nice, checkmark, well deserved. And now, round 2 for Lotus, and it looks like he's placed his turrets and the spinning blade traps in a single file row. And round 2 begins, and immediately melting the zombies. My god. That was incredibly quick. I only saw like 1 or 2 zombies make it out of the pens to begin with before they were dead. Great work, Lotus. Okay, let's jump ahead to round 3. They were allowed to add up to 3 more items to their trap setups. Glass is up first, with 3 zombies on each side. The gun turrets are doing the best they can, but looks like one side is getting too close, and it looks like some zombies have breached into the red square. Luckily, it seems like the ones that got in were dropped pretty quickly, but the remaining zombies seem to be a little bit confused. Keep in mind with these rounds, if you shoot at a zombie or you step outside the red area, you lose. But there we go. Finally, the turret took care of him and Glass completes the round. Great work on earning that 3rd checkmark. Next up, round 3 for Whiskey. The pen doors are about to open. And immediately these zombies are getting melted. A lot of damage being put out here, but it seems like one is very close to breaching the perimeter. Whiskey going in with the fist, doing some big damage there. How will this turn out? It is a boxing match at this point. Whiskey is just pummeling this one zombie. And finally it goes down, but that was only temporary as it gets back up. After a few more punches, Whiskey finally managed to knock that zombie down. That was pretty close. She took some big damage there. Hopefully she can make some improvements to her setup for next round to avoid another close call. For round 3 though, she will also be getting a checkmark. Lotus up next on round 3. He's added more spinning blades. It looks like finally we're getting some balance in the setup here. He fires the shot immediately to draw the zombies in towards him. And they're coming in, but I don't know, it looks like one might be making it through. And there goes the other one too. Now remember, if Lotus steps out of the red zone, he will lose the round. This isn't looking great for Lotus. 2 zombies in the red zone, and he's got to fight both of them with his fists? I don't know how that's gonna go. He's doing his best, but he's backed into a corner now, and there it is. That is a loss for Lotus. He can't afford another death like that because there's only 2 more rounds remaining. Hopefully he can make some big improvements for round 4. And as the players set up for round 4, we can see the scores. 3 checkmarks for Glass and Whiskey, 2 for Lotus. Let's speed this up a little bit and watch them build their new setups. Now, it's worth mentioning that all 3 players have identical items to work with. In case anyone was wondering, they all have the same traps and the same quantities of items. This adds an interesting dynamic as we get to see the different strategies being implemented by each player. But finally, round 4 is up, starting with Glass Sandwich. 4 zombies on each side, and they were allowed to add up to 4 items. Doors open, and here they come. Already we can see a lot of these zombies are bypassing the spinning saw blades, and a lot of them are entering close to the red zone. But incredibly, the electrical wire does a great job of holding them off. The turrets were also a big help too. That was incredibly tight. Glass Sandwich earns his 4th checkmark. Now, one thing I've noticed with Glass's setup is that the zombies do make it to the red area, but it's his brilliant placement of the turrets being on the wall pointed towards him that does the job. He never really has to punch them. It's quite a fantastic setup. Moving on to Whiskey, let's see what happens here. Gates are open, zombies pouring in. Traps seem to be doing their job. Those spinning blades are putting in big work. And the turret takes out the very last one. They didn't even come close to Whiskey that round. Nice job. That means Glass Sandwich and Whiskey will be tied going into the final round. Let's take a look here, though, at Lotus for round 4. Now, Lotus has to complete this round in order to remain in the challenge. If he dies, he's out. Zombies are coming in, entering the arena, and it looks like one is actually managed to make it into the red zone. 2, in fact. This is not looking good. This is a repeat of exactly what happened last round, where the zombies just completely bypassed his traps. I don't know exactly what I would do in this situation. Obviously, it's best to try and maybe focus one at a time, but it seems here Lotus is just getting swarmed. Remember, Lotus can't leave the red zone. That would also count as a loss, so he's really trapped in here and just hoping for the best. But unfortunately, with your fists, there's not much you can really hope for. That is another death for Lotus, and he is knocked out of this challenge. Nice effort by Lotus, but unfortunately, there's no way he could possibly win anymore. That means it's all down to Glass Sandwich and Whiskey for the final round. We'll keep adding rounds and zombies until one of them dies. Now, as they prepare for round 5, each player will be allowed to add up to 5 more items to their setups. The number of zombies on each side will increase to 5. However, it's important to note that this is the last opportunity for them to add items. After round 5, the only thing that will increase is the number of zombies. It'll be interesting to see whose traps can handle the onslaught of zombies before one of these players succumbs to it. You can see the differences in setup here as well, where it looks like Glass Sandwich has gone for a more spread out design. Meanwhile, Whiskey has all of her saw blades in a straight line. But here we go with round 5, starting with Glass Sandwich. 10 total zombies. Will he make it? There goes the gates. They're storming in. Big explosion there, taking out nearly the entire side. I think that took out the entire side of zombies. The electrical wires are doing a great job of holding off others, and the turrets are cleaning it up. This is a fantastic setup, and an easy win for round 5 on Glass Sandwich. Incredible round, 5th checkmark, well earned. Now, in case anyone's wondering why some zombies are just standing there and not moving into the first-person views, those zombies are actually already dead, but appear to be standing. It's mostly an issue with 7 Days to Die itself. Now it's Whiskey's turn. Round 5, 10 total zombies. It looks like a couple made it through the saw traps, but Whiskey's doing a good job holding them off with her fists. The last 2 have managed to breach the area. Whiskey is just pummeling this zombie. Hopefully it gets knocked down before it knocks her down. This is pretty tight, but we'll see what happens here. She's losing health really quick, but she did manage to kill one of them. Oh, but the second one is not dead. It's getting back up. Oh, there it is, dead now. Whiskey's hoping for the best. She died as well. The individual death will count regardless, but because all zombies died before she did, she still wins the round. That was close, but she's still in this. That was an absolute fight and a half from Whiskey there. Talk about cutting it down to the wire. Amazing performance by Whiskey, an absolute fighter. With round 5 being won by both players, we'll be going into overtime with round 6. No new items, but more zombies. Let's begin with Glass Sandwich. The doors are opening up. Zombies are pouring out. The turrets are doing the best they can. I'm actually noticing more zombies are actually making it to the perimeter, but looks like everything gets cleaned up before it gets too bad. I don't even think I've seen Glass Sandwich throw one punch yet. This guy knows his traps. This is incredible. Meanwhile, Whiskey on round 6 starting now. This isn't going to go well, I imagine. With last round barely squeaking by, I assume this round will not go much better. The traps are doing what they can. In fact, they seem to be doing a better job than they did last time. But just like last round, 2 zombies appear to be breaching the perimeter. Whiskey's storming in, punching ahead. The traps do seem to look like they're doing a better job than last round, but I do notice some zombies are still getting really close to the perimeter. In fact, 1 zombie just breached it. Down to the fist then, she's only got 1 to fight. And it looks like she punched his head right off, meaning Whiskey lives for another round. Equally as incredible as Glass. This challenge is neck and neck as it enters its 7th round. Glass sandwich, 14 zombies, no new items. Let's do it. And they're off. Zombies storming into the perimeter, the saw blades chopping them up, but 1 did enter. Luckily, a gun turret was there to drop him before it could get too close. But, it looks like some of the zombies are more interested in fighting the turrets than they are going after Glass sandwich. There we go. They're all dead now. 14 zombies, no problem. 7th checkmark for Glass sandwich. Moving on, will Whiskey be able to kill 14 zombies? She has to, or Glass sandwich will win. Best of luck, Whiskey. And they're off. Already some zombies getting a little too close to the perimeter. 1's flanking her. Oh dear. 3 zombies inside the perimeter. This is not good at all. Nice, she's managed to get 1 of them. Continuing to punch, just hoping for the best. Is that 2? Looks like she actually managed to get 2 there. But it wasn't enough. The final zombie managed to kill her. What an amazing performance by Whiskey, though. She made it up to an absurd 7 rounds. She gets her first and only X of the round. Good setup and great resilience. And with that, Glass Sandwich emerges as the winner of Challenge 6, with his brilliantly set up traps, earning him 10 more levels. Congratulations, Glass Sandwich. With Challenge 6 over, it's time for the winner, Glass Sandwich, to choose the next Outcast. Let's take it over to the players and see who he chooses.
All right, this is what I say to you, Glass. I love you, man, but whatever decision you want to make won't bode well for you. So make whatever decision you want, buddy.
Love sprinkled with hate.
The threats might be his strategy.
You sound like me, like last time.
Yeah.
Don't make me get. Don't make me get the daughter on the mic.
Oh, I'm gonna get my daughter on. Hold on. Yeah, hello, Miss. Don't pick Daddy. What are you gonna do, Whiskey?
I don't think you should send me to be the outcast, because otherwise you won't know what I got from my 20 seconds.
That's true.
She's just trolling you. Why would she want to share
maybe
that?
I just got 10 pebbles, or maybe I just grabbed the first item on the creative menu, but who knows, maybe I got a bunch of guns.
That's something to consider. Maybe we could do some trading. about that. Okay, bye, Lotus.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever decision he makes.
Lotus is like, it doesn't matter what the decision is. The outcome will be the same.
Lotus, you're gonna die a whole bunch, but hey, I love you, man.
You can come after me. I'll be waiting for you.
Okay.
She's trusting with him, but I don't understand why she's not listening to me at all. Like, I don't know. And I'm telling her I'm here to help. You know, I want us to get to the end of this thing because he's gonna be tough to beat in the end. She's been reluctant to do stuff that I've suggested. Like everything that I'm wanting to do to help to basically eliminate Glass. Like her best chance of winning is going against me. All right? I don't understand like how she thinks she's gonna have a better chance of beating Glass than me in the finale. Or, you know, once someone's eliminated. I just don't get it. Anything I suggest is quasi going along with some of the stuff, but I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes episode 6. We just heard Lotus express his frustration with Whiskey in his interview. Being chosen as the outcast back-to-back, and now witnessing Whiskey and Glass Sandwich in the Alliance team again, likely has him questioning their unofficial alliance against Glass Sandwich. And on top of that, as we can see from the leaderboard, he has the same number of deaths as Glass has levels. And his chances of winning Trails of Survival is looking more and more slim with each death. However, I wouldn't say he can't make a comeback. Lotus still has 2 perks, Blood Bag and the Anvil, and those are both extremely powerful perks. If not the most powerful, definitely amongst the top 5 in my opinion. Combined, these perks could account for 35 deaths against the others, whether by elimination limit being dropped or deaths just being added. And it's evident that he's been strategically saving those perks for the opportune moment. However, it's crucial for Lotus to minimize his own deaths and put some deaths on Glass in order to maximize the benefits of these perks. And with only 4 challenges remaining in the game, I'm not sure how much longer he should keep holding on to them. Maybe he should play them in the next challenge. Will he play them in the next challenge? We'll have to wait and see. Either way, he's going to have to clutch it up from here on in order to have any chance of winning. Whiskey, on the other hand, is doing great. Despite Glass Sandwich being at level 59 and having 8 deaths less than her, she still has a great arsenal of perks up her sleeves. If she can keep her deaths close to his, those perks, depending on how and when she plays them, could seriously hinder whatever plans Glass Sandwich might just have and really turn the tables. I'm eager to see how things unfold, and I look forward to the next episode where we'll see these 3 contestants continue their journey in Trails of Survival. I hope you enjoyed episode 6. As always, I'm your host Beaver, and I'll see you all again in episode 7. Thank you so much for watching.